she still works here, so she
Yeah.
could be on the show.
That's what I'm saying. Like, we need.
But also, yeah, we need probably an extension,
Oh, we need a lot of stuff.
audio, and then probably two headsets for us, and that should be it. And I guess we can
Actually, no, we
test
need
make
to
sure
we need to
it
get Adam. Tell Adam, hey man, you need to be here for that day.
works. Adam's not gonna be here.
Yeah, if we tell him ahead enough time, I think he would be.
You let me know. I don't think so.
I think he.
I think he would stay for a second and be like, "You guys got it? All right, I'm out."
I think if we
and
told
then,
him,
and then he'll say, "Just text me if you need something."
I think if we told him ahead enough time, and we asked Mary and said, "Hey, we want to make this a thing."
I don't think you're gonna get that.
I think they would, and we promoted it. I think we could,
Promoted to how?
like in shows.
I don't think that's a news event to promote. But I don't work at the station anymore, so you gotta do whatever you want.
I think we could do it.
Okay, you let me know how that goes.
Um,
That's not something I'm willing to die on, but that's cool.
I mean,
What's up, people? We're the
Hold
News
on.
19 Nerds.
in my defense, during the holidays, what else they got to promote?
Yeah, but like, what is the newsworthiness of saying, "Hey, two black dudes sitting out here watching video games, come chat with them"?
Have you seen our?
Don't say nothing. Wild.
I'm not. I'm just saying. Have you seen some of our shows?
I don't work here anymore.
I'm just saying. I think we could bring a different audience. Maybe not this audience.
I told these people who love us and we love them don't necessarily are in our DMA, so they don't.
I'm just saying.
We're not fighting for their
I'm just
advertising
saying.
dollars.
If you look at our shows, we fit just as much as a news story about the not Duchess of Sussex and Harry need somebody to run their social media platform.
I don't work at WLT.
I'm just letting you know.
So-
I believe in us.
Okay.
You know what? I believe in us just like the Carolina Panthers believe in Cam. Again, after blowing I don't know how much money.
That is something I can't talk about as I work in a Charlotte TV station. Charlotte TV went wild for Cam. You do not understand.
Oh, I do.
Every single station up there, I think all the A blocks for every show, the first 6 minutes was all Cam.
It should have been.
Wow.
It should have been. You know why?
Why?
Because, one, you should have never gotten rid of him.
Uh-huh.
Two, you are now paying. So you paid to get rid of Cam. You cut him. So you had to pay. You traded for Teddy Bridgewater. Where he at now? You traded.
How is Teddy Bridgewater doing? Is he doing well in his spot?
Where is he? Don't worry, I'll wait.
I want to say the Saints.
Is he?
I don't know.
I'm asking you. That's my point.
Okay.
You don't know where he is because you got rid of
But
Cam.
I'm not a football
No,
person.
no, I'm not
You would
done.
know.
I'm not done. Then you got rid of Teddy and you got Sam Darnold. Now, don't get me started. I believed in Sam Darnold. I thought that he was done wrong at the Jets organization. I think that is a trashy organization. I think Jet fans, you guys can do better. Get out of this bad relationship that you're in. You hadn't won anything since Mark Sanchez. Let it go. So we got Sam Darnold. Mm-hmm. We were on a roll. We kicking ass, taking names. Mm-hmm. Christian McCaffrey goes down. What happens? We don't know. And who is our knight in shining armor? The man we did not do a good job of protecting, we got rid of, and yes, we got him back. And damn it, thank God, because we need the help. We need Superman back. Woo! And this is the content that they need to be promoting in these shows come December the 9th.
Welcome to Press Play for the News 19 Nerds. I'm Michael.
I'm Leroy.
I wanted you to kind of go off. I don't know where you were going, but I guess, you're a passionate fan. It is what it is.
But hold on. So you see how I feel.
Yeah.
Now you see why it was in every A block.
I'm not knocking. I think all the content was good. I was just as somebody who doesn't care that much. I was like, man, we went out, but it was good. It was fun.
Cam was supposed to deliver the championship to the city, and
Cam didn't go for that ball.
we're not going to talk about
Was
that.
that against the Broncos?
First of
He
all,
didn't die for that ball.
First of all-
I do remember that.
first of all,
What?
we're not going to talk about that because Cam almost ruined my relationship. Because you don't understand football like I do, sir. The year that the Panthers went to the Super Bowl was the same year that Clemson played for the national championship against Alabama. And I told
like the first time, second
yep,
time?
the first time,
Okay,
and
gotcha.
they lost.
Yeah.
And I told Katie, if these two teams get a ring, you get a ring.
Why would you do that?
Because I thought for sure,
So here's
I thought we were going to win Super Bowl 50.
Here's the thing.
That was going to be the greatest year of my life.
Now that you put that out there, and the thinking is subconsciously, did you want to get the ring at that time, or were you waiting?
No, I wanted to get it because I wanted to set it up.
Everything was all going to happen.
Yes,
together.
I wanted Clemson to win, then Carolina wins, and then I win.
But you won in the end.
No! Panthers still don't have a championship, son.
Man, I was talking about your marriage to Katie. Come on, I'm trying to
I
help you
wasn't.
out, bro. Katie, are you in the chat yet? I'm sorry.
She knows how I felt. Do you know how hard it was? The last 5 minutes of the game, I walked out on our deck and I screamed to the point where the neighbors were like, "Are you okay?" I almost had to stop watching football. I didn't watch ESPN for like a month. Oh, I was so mad.
Oh man.
Oh, let me tell you right now, sir. Oh, I was upset.
Wow. Hey, y'all, we were just doing some chit-chatting as we got the people back in the chat here for us for Press Play.
What's up, y'all?
What's up? Tonight we're going to talk about Disney Plus turning 2 years.
Woo! Happy birthday, Disney Plus.
You know what that means for us? We got one more year left since we got the 3 years.
Man, why you had to bring up?
Oh, I've been thinking about that for this whole week.
Really?
Yes, I was like, I got one more year left. I wonder, are they just going to try and automatically renew? What are they going to do? I'm curious. But anyway, that's fine. But yeah, so we're going to talk about Disney Plus, kind of 2 years in review, what's going on. And this Disney Plus day, was it a success? Did you watch any of these things? Did you care? What were you expecting from it? So all that kind of stuff.
I didn't because I had to go to the doctor, so.
There we go. So before that, did you know that this was coming up on the 12th?
Yes, because there were rumors that we were going to get an Obi-Wan trailer. So I saw a lot of different outlets like, hey.
You got an Obi-Wan video.
Let me get to it. Let me get to it, sir.
You did get that.
So there were a lot of outlets that were like prognosticating, like with No Way Home, we were going to get an Obi-Wan trailer. And I was like, all right, cool. And then when you sent me the thing, we were talking about Disney Plus. I was like, all right, cool. That's what we gonna get. And I was like, okay, cool. So I was looking on my phone, like, I don't see it. I don't see it.
Yeah.
I see under the helmet, Boba Fett, most overrated Star Wars character ever. Oh, so we didn't get it? Okay, y'all wrong. And that's when I was like, oh.
Yeah. A lot of people, and I mean, there's a lot of different ways you can tackle it. One of the things people are saying is, of this Disney Plus day, it seemed like it was a mixed message of what were they really trying to promote? Because there were a couple of trailers for things, but it seems like the messaging of what this event was going to be wasn't very clear. At least for me, I thought that this was going to be, and we always talk about how WB can't get it right. They have had Under the Dome, Fandom, the past 2 years, and we got to, whether or not you like it or not, you at least get a sense of what it's going to be.
Yeah.
Not Marvel, Disney didn't necessarily do that. I thought this was going to be a virtual Hall H. For those who don't know, Hall H is the big hall at San Diego Comic-Con where you do a lot of big panels. It's like 6,500 people or whatever. I thought this was going to be a virtual version of that where somebody would talk and toss the different things from here's what's going on in Pixar, here's what's going on in Disney, here's what's going on in Marvel. It wasn't that. It was just kind of you turn on Disney Plus and you click on different videos to watch it. It wasn't great for me.
So, if you look at some of the chat, somebody brought up DC Fandom, and someone said, Brian B says it was so much better than DC Fandom, which...
Okay, Brian B, let me know. Why do you think it was better than DC Fandom?
And
I'm just curious.
Ray Sean K brings up, you guys have to remember D23 is next week. So...
You know what? That's a good point. Then you hold all this stuff and you do it at the same time.
And so...
let it wait a day. Because I tell you, nobody was caring about Disney Plus Day until they promoted it. I'll say. No.
And so this is another thing too that we've talked about, which a lot of companies are starting to do, and starting to try to figure out, which is why Disney, if you're listening, friend of the show, Evil
Bob
Empire,
Chapek and all that. Yeah, y'all.
Evil Empire that you are, Kevin Feige. I can be paid to say just about anything except for wearing a New York hat. Won't do it. I'll pull a Ben Affleck. Me and Ben Affleck solidarity. We wearing those Red Sox hats. they're starting to have their own little events. So we talked about Sony pulling out of E3. We talked about Marvel pulling out of San Diego Comic-Con and not being at Hall H, doing their own thing. Hasbro has their own toy. So there's a toy fair or toy con. Hasbro started their own Hasbro Pulse
right?
Con.
Yeah, Hasbro
and
Pulse
then,
Con.
which I forgot, I didn't even realize this because the pandemic has us so upside down, turned around. So all the
Turning me.
That's where I was going at.
Yeah, go ahead.
You're welcome.
Yep.
Now it's gonna be in your head.
It is.
My evil plan is working.
Yeah.
Anyway, Hasbro used to do another convention on the East Coast so you could get the exclusives you couldn't get at San Diego Comic-Con. That's what Disney is doing. They've already figured it out with their Star Wars celebration every 2 years. They make that a whole big thing. So now that they have
Disney celebration every 2 years.
Disney
not just
celebration.
Star Wars. Yeah.
No, I thought it was just Star Wars. There's
There's other stuff there.
No, I thought it was
D23.
just
D23.
No, I thought they have just.
Oh, you're talking about separate the Star Wars thing. Okay.
Yeah, so
Gotcha. Sorry.
they're having these little separate little things, and then they've got like, wait a minute, we got this platform.
Mm-hmm.
Why aren't we And so that's what a lot of people were upset about with DC fandom. So I can see where Brian B is coming from, because it's like this. We talked about this with DC fandom. Why do I have to go to YouTube or log in if you have your own site?
Sure.
And that's the one thing, even though I may not have liked this, I can appreciate Disney Plus keeping it all in one place, which is why they offered a Disney Plus subscription for $2. Because they was like, if you want to get all this goodness, you got to come to Big Daddy.
Now, I do sound like I was down on the event. I'll watch it no matter what because it's something new. Somebody brought up they're excited about X-Men 97. I'm excited about X-Men 97 too. I don't know if you've seen that announcement. I was like,
So
is it coming back?
So here's the thing. Again, a lot of prognosticators were posting things because leaks and stuff were coming out. A lot of people were like, yo, are they bringing back the animated series? And Marvel was like, I'll never tell.
Yeah. But I'm excited about that. It is a shame that some of the voice actors have passed away. But we know like the voice of Wolverine is still alive, so he'll be there. The voice of Jean Grey maybe was still alive. Some people are still alive, so they'll be in the show.
Well, there's a lot of them still alive because a lot of them were like did other roles. Like a lot of these characters, I know the woman who did Rogue is still alive because she's on the convention circuit.
Yeah. Some of the things there was a 14 minute sizzle reel of what's coming for MCU. I was kind of let down by that because the first 6 or 7 minutes of it was essentially recaps of things we had already gotten, which I guess that's fine to get you, hype for what's coming up. I feel like that could have been shorter and maybe given us more footage of the newer stuff. Because we still didn't get a full trailer for Miss Marvel or Moon Knight or She-Hulk. We got little snippets of it, which is cool.
You won't.
Until closer, you think?
Not only closer. Again, I don't know who brought it up, but D23 is next week. Yeah. So there's certain things you're not going to get because we know, because we work in news, we work for a journalism company, but also a media company. We know for a fact ruling headlines matters. Yeah. Now, I'll go back to what you said. You didn't need a 14-minute clip. You didn't. But here's the thing. That ain't for us.
Who's it for?
It's for the people who aren't checked in like this. That beginning of that clip is for people who are not necessarily like they're the people who watch it but are not steeped in the lore. Who are like, because perfect example. My brother-in-law and my sister-in-law, they have a 4-year-old. Xander will be 4 this year. They've watched all the Marvel shows. They've watched all the Disney, all the Marvel movies, all the Marvel shows. But they don't watch them as soon as it comes out. Okay. They watch it, and so that's who it's for. They're for the people who are like, this Loki show's out. I'll watch it. They're not the people who stayed up 3 a.m. in the morning. Okay. And that's why I said that's who you get. Because those are the people who you're like, oh yeah, I remember this. And then it's like, wait a minute, is that the Hulk? And that's a little woman? So
have you seen the clip for She-Hulk
I just
yet?
saw the still. I haven't seen any clips.
I won't spoil it it's not a spoiler, but it's I'm excited. Y'all know I love Tatiana Maslany. I love Orphan Black. I'm excited for what she's gonna do with this character. And there's like a really cheesy commercial, like a lawyer's commercial, like almost like a quote unquote ambulance chaser type commercial that's in there. It's funny. I think it's gonna be good. And I'm just excited for it. They give you like a little hint of
what the show's gonna be. Okay.
So yeah, we'll see. Your boy Oscar Isaac, Moon Knight, looks cool. I don't know what the accent is. Interesting accent. I never heard music before, but it's cool.
I mean, he is the man of 1,000 voices.
Yeah.
If you listen to him really talk, you're like, you're a movie star? Mm-hmm. But then when you see him on camera, you're like, oh, you're a movie star. I mean, honestly. But that's...
IMAX says we were singing the theme at the same time as another stream. Hopefully that stream was cool too then, and I respect that stream as well.
Nah, man. No other streams but ours.
I mean, don't do that. We a small channel. Let's work together.
Nah, man. We got to be like what is one of the commandments? The 10 Commandments? No other gods before me.
I don't know where this is going. It's going off the rails, but it always does.
No other channels before me.
Friday night. That's fine.
Hey, man, we got Cam back.
Y'all did get Cam back.
I'm a little mad because my Cam stuff is in the baby's room. So he took a nap and I couldn't get, because I was about to be all panthered out.
Okay. I just hope that works out for y'all, because y'all paying him essentially $10 million for 8 games.
I don't care if it doesn't work out. Take David Tepper's money. No, he need to learn. Friend of the show, David Tepper. If you would like to fund News 19 Nerds, you can reach us here at News 19 Nerds or on our Instagram or Twitter page.
Okay, good plug. There we go. I'll take it.
He got money to burn. He paying Cam's replacement replace it, and Cam to replace the replacements.
Yeah.
He got money.
Yeah, he does.
And he's building a whole new facility up there in Rock Hill. So
I
he got
by it
money.
every day.
Yep.
Yeah.
He got the money. He can kick a few dollars our way.
Okay, fair enough. Let me see. Seriously, I feel Leroy is right about y'all show. I would rather listen to y'all than IGN. I will support y'all.
Hey,
thank you, Lola.
That's the love I'm talking about. Although I will say IGN does have some good people.
I do like IGN. I'm not gonna. I mean, however you feel about that's food, but I like IGN.
I like some IGN stuff. They need to do better because I used to love IGN. Used to cover comics.
Yeah.
And then they stopped, and I was like, "You dirty bastards."
I want to say their comics editor Joshua Yale is still there, but I don't know management wise what he can cover.
What happened was, so they used to have like comics and they used to cover comics,
sure,
kind of like what Polygon does, and they had more of an in-depth, like this character, this series, and they were like, yo, we're not doing it no more.
Yeah.
Deal with it. And I was like,
okay.
I was like, that's why y'all ain't got a lot of Pierce no more. Ha! Ain't got nothing to do with it, but I just wanted to do it.
Is this going to turn into us just throwing shade at other streamers tonight?
That's exactly what we do anyway. We throw shade at everybody and then be like friends of the show.
Yeah, but we ain't throwing shade at other streamers. I don't need other streamers coming after us. Because the beauty about throwing shade at other people that are so big, they're never going to see this. It don't matter. Other streamers might see us. I don't need them coming after us. I don't
want them to come after us. I want them to be with us.
I don't need that.
I want us all to join together and take down, I don't know, Holly Berry?
Leave Holly alone.
I'm not. Because you know why?
Why?
Holly Berry showed why she's Holly Berry. You see that trailer for that Netflix movie she got?
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
That's the Holly Berry I want to see.
You seen her in this movie Moonfall?
Yeah. I'm about to do an impression. You tell me who it is.
Uh-huh.
That's how you shoot. From now on, my next partner, that's how you shoot. That's how I feel about Holly Berry.
Okay. You were really hyped tonight.
Cam's back.
That's what it was. Cam got you hyped tonight. I was like, man, this energy is it's a lot. But we're talking about Disney Plus overall. We were. And whether or not the Disney Plus day was a success. I will say, I do like the idea of having new content to stream on Disney Plus Day. It was nice to wake up at like 7 this morning and turn on and see, oh, Shang-Chi, I can watch it. Cool. And it was also cool to watch it in the enhanced IMAX mode.
How you did that when you ain't got a good TV?
Because it essentially just gets rid of the black bars.
Oh, okay.
So it's not like a real IMAX for me anyway,
Okay.
but I do see more of the screen. But it was cool to see that. It was cool to see Jungle Cruise again.
I had not seen Jungle Cruise yet.
It's up there now. You can watch it. You and Katie can watch it.
I did not have time to go to the movie theater to see it, so
Yeah, fair enough.
I'll probably watch it this weekend.
Yeah. Other stuff that was there that kind of got released besides the Marvel stuff. There was some Star Wars things. There was like a 21-minute documentary with Boba Fett.
Don't care.
I know you don't care. People do care.
Oh, I know.
Now, for
Most
me,
overrated Star Wars character ever. Ever.
what about Captain Phasma?
That they tried to do what they did with Boba Fett.
Uh-huh.
Boba Fett
Uh-huh.
with Captain Phasma. Have somebody cool looking armor, and everybody would be like all over it. Nah, Boba Fett is until recently has been the most overrated Star Wars character ever.
Overrated by like Star Wars or by fans?
Everything
Okay.
the whatever metric you want to use,
Uh-huh.
fans. The reason why he had an action figure, he was in the Star Wars celebration, holiday special, whatever you want to call it. The man had the least amount of screen time, and everybody was just like, "Oh, Mr. Fett, I love what? He didn't do anything. He
I
has
mean,
not." And I'm sorry,
Matthew McConaughey didn't have a lot of screen time in Wolf of Wall Street. People loved him in that. You love him in that. I'm just saying.
but we knew who Matthew McConaughey was before that.
We knew who
We
Boba
knew
Fett was.
we knew he was the all right.
Okay, cool.
Boba Fett was okay in the expanded universe novels. He wasn't great. I'm sorry. Boba Fett is the most overrated character in Star Wars because Boba Fett, you had to have that to get him there. There was this hype for this dude here, and there's nothing underneath him. It was all fake. It was all just hype. And then they had to fill in the backstory to get him to this point that people have built him up to. And then when Mandalorian came out, they were like, that's the dude we've been waiting to see all this time. Meanwhile, Anakin been running around with Ahsoka, kicking ass and taking names left and right, cutting people in half, crawling under bridges, saving Obi-Wan's ass since day one. Put some respect on Anakin's name.
I won't. I mean, don't knock over. I mean, that's fine. Yeah, I think Leroy's left the set.
You will respect Anakin, who was supposed to bring balance to the Force, and did it.
Y'all, I guess just became a one-man band. That's fine. What y'all want to talk about? We talk more about Disney Plus? That's cool.
Anakin!
Anakin. Anyway, what a wild show we're having tonight. I'm trying to keep it on the rails, but it's going off the rails slightly, and that's fine because that's just what we do. But
So you didn't like it?
didn't like what?
Disney Plus Day.
I guess it's a mixed bag because you know what? As much as all this bluster and stuff,
That's what I'm saying. You talk a lot of trash, brother.
you know what? It's a mixed bag. It wasn't what I expected. I wanted more trailers. People smarter than me are telling me in the chat, you gotta wait for D23. So maybe we'll finally see some of those trailers. Maybe we'll see a trailer for Miss Marvel, for She-Hulk, for Moon Knight.
I thought it was
And I want to see more Star Wars stuff because I do want to see what this Obi-Wan Kenobi show looks like. Hearing Ewan McGregor talk is cool. I want to see him in full costume and I want to see him talk.
You want to see the beard, don't you?
I want to see all that.
You want to see him in the armor.
I want to see your boy, Crappy Hayden Christensen, come back. I know he's in the show. Let's see what's going to happen.
I'm so hoping I'm not eating my words, kind of like I did with Cyberpunk. Because that was not the hill to die on.
Y'all, go back and watch his videos from
Don't-
this fool.
well, I
this
mean-
man said it's going to come out on this day. It didn't.
It was
He
going to be
said
Game of the Year.
Yeah, it wasn't.
Oh.
He said it's going to work on original PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. It doesn't.
Never said that.
Yes, you did. You know why I know you said it?
Why?
Because we had this conversation. I was like, I don't think this is going to work. He's like, I think it will work. And let me tell you why it's going to work. Because of Witcher 3. I was like, okay. This ain't the same game. Go back and watch some videos. I remember.
Wasn't me. Anyway.
It was you. Leroy ain't supposed to have a beard right now. Y'all remember that bet?
I can knock that camera over too.
That's fine. I'm just saying. These are all your words, sir.
No, I'm excited about Obi-Wan because I think a lot of these characters from and this is why I say Boba Fett is overrated. Because you had all these great characters that were doing great things that to me were overlooked. Anakin was in my opinion, was overlooked in the prequels. The Clone Wars really redeemed him. Ahsoka was one of people most. Ahsoka's probably the most well-liked character right now. Top 5. I think. Hey,
That, in my opinion, I don't mean to cut you off, but it seems like that's kind of the way you almost wish Boba Fett would have done, right? like there was so much support and material for her, and then you see her jump into like the main stuff and everything, kind of what didn't happen for Boba Fett. But go ahead.
And that's kind of like how I feel like certain characters and certain actors did not get their due. I feel like if you out of the two trilogies, I think the two characters that really did not get to do as much as they should have in the original prequel trilogy, Hayden Christensen's Anakin I thought should have been given more, and I want to see kind of a revival, kind of like we did with Ahmad Best with Jar Jar. I want to see that for Anakin's character, and I say Finn in the last trilogy. I was so hyped to see John Boyega. And here's the thing with a lot of people, and I said this, and I have been this person, and I don't want to be that person. I was a gatekeeper. I know I was for certain things. I was the actually guy, and we play at it, but there are people who are really like that.
Sure.
And they're vicious, and they're toxic, and they're a problem. And I wish there was that kind of support that Boba Fett had for Hayden Christensen and his Anakin, because when you watch, out of the new movies, Rogue One is my favorite. Mm-hmm. Out of all the new trilogy movies, out of Solo, Rogue One is my favorite because to me that was what Star Wars was. This idea of these plucky people who, against impossible odds, were willing to do whatever it took against this evil empire. Mm-hmm. And then you saw exactly what they were up against. You saw what Anakin turned into. We think Vader's a bad guy when he killed younglings. Vader's a bad guy because he kills whatever he comes in contact to.
Sure.
And I wanted that kind of revival, not connecting and reconnecting. Successfully reconnected.
Let's see what pops up. We might have lost y'all for a second with OBS here. Let's see if we're back on or not.
They'll probably, trust me, they'll tell us.
Yeah, we'll see. All right.
And that's kind of what I wanted for, and that's why I said Finn was robbed. And that's what I wanted for Hayden Christensen. And that's why I said I want to see Obi-Wan, because the love that Ewan McGregor has for Hayden Christensen, when you saw Rosario Dawson in that picture with Hayden Christensen, I want the fans, we might as well be on Target Wi-Fi. I want that for him. Mm-hmm. I want John Boyega to have that kind of thing when his time comes. Because here's the thing, as we being gatekeepers, the kids who grew up on those movies are going to become our age. And they're going to want more from these characters as they get older. And that's what I'm hoping for when it comes to Obi-Wan, when it from the Cassian series. I'm really excited, even though I know it got delayed. I want to see what this Rogue Squadron is going to be. We knew, and I think they delayed it, or told us they delayed it, because, as Brian B. pointed out, was it Brian B? D23 is right around the corner. Mm-hmm. I think because everybody had been looking for it when all this other stuff comes out. Been like, wait a minute, didn't y'all have a Rogue Squadron? Y'all had this big production?
I mean, slight detour, but I think companies are getting better about now realizing they need to be more transparent about stuff. So, like, if you're going to delay something, go ahead and get it out of the way so people have it announced or whatever.
So, Banks, they probably did. I ain't gonna lie. Probably came was like, maybe calm this Negro down. Let me go ahead and let's turn this Wi-Fi off.
Yeah.
No, his place.
Let's see.
No,
So you want all this love for Anakin? That's fine. I don't have a problem having love for Anakin. I don't know if I can have love for Hayden Christensen because I don't find him a compelling actor.
But this
the other people who, like you said, people were coming for John Boyega, and they shouldn't, because John Boyega has proven to me he can be a compelling actor. Hayden Christensen hasn't, and not even in Star Wars and other things I've seen him in, he still hasn't been a compelling actor.
This is the thing that I think for Hayden Christensen, and this is some of the stuff that I've noticed that we've talked about this before. I've seen him in other things that I thought that he was decent. He played a journalist. What was the journalist who worked for the Post? Was it Washington Post or New York Times? Who was plagiarizing? Oh, I can't remember this guy's name. But it's an independent movie. He was really good in that. Okay. And that's the movie that made me say, Shattered Glass. Thank you. Okay. Thank you. Oh, thanks, Banks. There were certain things that I think that he's done, and I think certain actors, they don't have the benefit of the past roles that Ewan McGregor had. Transpotting. What's old girl who played Padme?
Natalie Portman.
Natalie Portman. Those people were forgiven for their roles in that because they already had things behind them.
Okay.
So when Hayden Christensen didn't have this breakout like everybody else did beforehand, he was condemned because, oh, you didn't show us this, and then other things he was in, Takers, he was wooden in. And I feel like he wasn't really given that kind of chance. But the thing that I'm saying about the character Anakin is that in these other things, I think, two, we have a bad taste in our mouth for Hayden Christensen because George Lucas did him wrong. Because you went from, and that's why I said the Clone Wars does so much that George Lucas did wrong. This whole, like, why would you think banking transactions and stuff like in a major Star Wars movie was a good idea? Like, I don't get that. And what I say to that is, the whole Anakin
The
thing.
Trade Federation.
When you look at his character,
I'm gonna go watch Phantom Menace tonight.
don't
That's what I'm gonna do.
watch Red Notice.
Man, jeez.
His character was so tortured because you look at what happened to him. He was lauded as this great savior, and he wasn't trained like the other Jedi. He wasn't a youngling who came in, who was steeped in all this stuff. He was always kind of an outsider, and we never got that, how that felt for him as a character, being the one who comes in. Because think about it, you've been in classes, you're a smart guy, and someone comes in and everybody's like, oh, he's this or he's that. People resent that person.
Sure.
We never got to see that.
Sure.
We saw a little bit of it where the council was like, we grant you the rank of knight, but we do not grant you the rank of master. We know that is steeped in the fact of they didn't want this boy to be trained anyway.
Right.
And so that's where Lucas didn't have that je ne sais quoi to write that kind of stuff that we saw in the Clone Wars. So I'm saying, I'm hoping that relationship between Ian McGregor and Hayden Christensen that we got in animation translates to the show. And that's what I'm hoping we see, because when you watch Anakin with Ahsoka and you realize what happened to both of them, I was hurt at the end of Clone Wars. I was literally hurt when you saw Ahsoka throw the lightsabers down and she leaves with Rex and Anakin shows up as Darth Vader and he picks him up and you realize what that meant. And you realize the last time these two characters saw each other, I want to see that portrayed in live action. And I'm hoping he does a good job and they give him that opportunity so you see that. And that's why I said I'm excited for Obi-Wan, because that's that little piece of the Star Wars where we've mined all this other parts of the Skywalkers.
Sure.
Give me that, because I feel like you owe me. And I think Padme didn't get a good, like, Anakin is mad and so she just dies. Like,
Sure.
I feel like those little things, storytelling wise, weren't given the breath that the expanded novels we gave to Boba.
Right.
And it's like, here's the reason why all this bleep happened.
All right, so we talked about Star Wars, we talked about Disney, or we talked about Marvel. Disney does have other properties. They got,
Woo!
I mean, I just said Marvel.
I know, this is one of the properties they showed.
They just gave it a new logo. That's all you needed?
That's all I needed, son.
Okay. They did show a still from Secret Invasion, I guess, of Nick Fury. Looking cool with a beard and his eyes. Like, that's Leroy.
I mean,
I was like, look at Leroy out here for the Secret Invasion. I was like, okay.
quite sure Evan go take one of them.
But in addition to the Marvel property stuff, the Star Wars property stuff, they also have Nat Geo. They have, what's the other one? Pixar. And there's Disney proper. Were there anything from those, like, sectors
Willow.
of Disney? So you're excited for Willow?
Son, I made Katie watch Willow.
Okay.
I was like, hey, we're not going to be together if you don't watch this. Yeah, man. If I gotta watch all Harry Potter movies and Spice World,
I had that conversation with my lady because I told her I had never seen The Fugitive, and she was upset with me that I hadn't seen The Fugitive.
I'd have left you.
I mean, I have since now seen it,
I would have left you.
but I mean, it was kind of a movie that I missed.
The Fugitive, Harrison Ford and Tommy Lee Jones, when
Yeah.
he was like, I'm innocent, I don't care.
Well, he says, I didn't kill my wife, I don't care. I only know because I saw the movie recently. But, yeah.
That gave us the wonderful sequel that helped revitalize RDJ's career. And he was a bad guy. And then we got to see Iron Man versus Blade.
Wow. What a way to look at that movie now. Iron Man versus Blade. Sure.
Think about it, man.
Yeah, you're right. Iron Man versus Blade versus Two-Face, if we're doing that. Yeah, great. Side note, after seeing The Fugitive and then seeing U.S. Marshals, the world to me never made sense of why wouldn't Tommy Lee already believe Wesley Snipes didn't do it? Because he'd already been in a situation where one guy didn't do it.
Because they all said they didn't do it.
But I mean, at some point you got to be like, okay, let me maybe approach this differently.
So this
I
is
don't know.
the one problem I have with that is that a lot. So, and I don't want to get political. A lot of people don't do it.
Sure.
But when you're in this job, you probably hear that a lot, and they did do it.
That's right.
So everybody says I'm innocent.
Okay.
So he's probably like, this brother probably did this. Because if you remember in the beginning of The Fugitive, he did that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Remember when they had to kick in the door and his little buddy almost got killed?
Yeah.
And was it Joey Pants?
Yeah.
And, because spoiler alert,
Well, no, Joey Pants didn't get killed. It
no,
was,
Joey Pants got killed in the second one.
Oh, did he?
I think so.
Okay.
His little buddy got killed because RDJ killed him in the second one, but I thought
Okay.
Joey Pants died in one of them too.
I don't know.
Anyway,
Doesn't matter.
he probably in his head was so steeped in, because he looks like an old dude that's like, been doing this a lot of years.
Yeah.
They all run and they all say they didn't do it.
Yeah.
And they did.
And they did.
So,
Fair enough.
For
All
me,
right.
Willow. I like the idea of Prey from Dan
Trachtenberg.
Trachtenberg. I'm hoping it's good because the last two Predator, the Aliens Predators and the last two Predator movies weren't good.
You didn't like the one...
Shane Black, no.
No, not that one. The
Adrian
one...
Brody,
Yeah.
that's the third one. I like those three. I
Okay.
own those three. But after that, Shane Black and Keegan and
That was a wild movie.
and the American Joel Kinnaman, the American version of Joel Kinnaman.
Who's that?
I can't remember his name, but he's in a lot of stuff. He's
Wait,
like,
is Joel Kinnaman not American?
no, if I remember correctly, I think Joel Kinnaman is
Australian?
he might be. I think you know
Sure.
what? Let me look this up.
Man, I'm always amazed at people that can do accents. Anyway, doesn't matter.
Yeah, I was not a fan of that one. I hated
okay.
that movie because they tried to do like a whole, they tried to kickstart a franchise without making a good movie. Snake Eyes.
I was excited about these two Nat Geo documentary things coming from Chris Hemsworth and Will Smith.
I saw a
Just
clip
because I
of
like-
him hanging in the air.
I like I think they have good presence on screen or whatever, so I'm just excited to see them.
Who is it?
Chris Hemsworth has a Nat Geo thing. Will Smith also has a Nat Geo thing. They're not together,
Okay,
but they're two separate things on Nat Geo. I'm excited to see what they're going to do. Also, Jeff Goldblum is back with The World According to Jeff Goldblum
Oh, yeah.
Season 2. I enjoyed Season 1. If y'all think we go on tangents, man, Jeff Goldblum is a master of going on tangents and tying it all together.
Sweden. He's from Stockholm. I knew he was because he was in he was in a couple of foreign movies, and I was like, it's not English.
Okay.
And so yeah. All right, Brian B. Snake Eyes is free on Amazon Prime.
Like,
Hey,
I heard it's bad, but I do want to watch it.
I'm gonna watch
it's
it.
free. Yeah.
I'm watching. It's free.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to read some of these.
I'm looking at some of the stuff too.
Ryan Porter says, "Where do you rate Disney Plus? Where do you rate Disney Plus? It's probably my least watched app." So here's what Disney Plus did that I think a lot of people don't realize, and that's not necessarily a hot take, but it kind of is, and it's our fault. Disney Plus is Nintendo.
Expound.
Nintendo does one thing and does it well. Nostalgia. And they continue to update the nostalgia. Even though you own, and they keep giving you the same thing over and over again.
Sure.
It's not the latest, it's not the greatest. It's all the things you loved and some new things you love as well. That's Nintendo. That's what Disney Plus is. When you think about your most watched app, you don't ever say, oh, let me see what's on Disney Plus. You go to Disney Plus for that one thing you want to see, and then you put it down.
Yeah.
And you come back for that next one thing you want to see. So if it's Marvel, you come for Marvel, you're done. If it's Star Wars, you do Star Wars, you're done. And then you go to HBO Max, Hulu, or Netflix.
I think Disney Plus is also in that camp of not being as expensive of like, you know, I don't know what their tier is since we got the 3-year, but it's not as expensive as a Netflix account or
No.
a Hulu or thing.
Because they don't they don't have the content. They don't
Right.
have a Friends.
So I think they are kind of in that boat, at least for now, of, you know, they don't care if you have Netflix or HBO Max or Amazon,
Nope.
as long as you get them too.
And guess what?
Because as long as they can keep being number twos, if there are so many number twos.
Because
they'll be
eventually,
number one.
guess what happens? They'll be number one.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
know why? Because that's what Nintendo does. I learned from you because you said this a long time ago. Nintendo is about making money. Disney's about making money.
Sure.
And Disney's about, I don't care if you have other streaming services.
Right.
You know why? Because you go come to us to get that fix.
Yeah.
And that's what Nintendo's like. Nintendo's like, you can have a PlayStation or an Xbox. That's good. But you always go have us in your heart because we have the one thing you ain't got that they ain't got. You don't have Zelda on PlayStation. You don't have Mario. You don't have the Wabbits.
I mean, you could probably get the rabbits.
But you ain't got the Wabbits with Mario.
I mean, you don't have the rabbits in.
And that's what
true.
so you don't have Metroid anywhere else. And that's what Disney is. You don't have the MCU anywhere else. You don't have Star Wars anywhere else. Once you're finished watching Star Wars, you go do something else.
Sure.
And that's what Nintendo is. And that's what I think about when I think Disney Plus.
Everybody's talking about Snake Eyes being bad. Okay.
I mean,
Edward Sanchez Productions. I'm very excited for the Proud Family Loud and Louder, Louder and Prouder. That was a fun show. Proud Family was a lot of fun. I'm excited for that show to come
Yep.
back.
I'm trying to go back to Ryan Porter brings up, I think Dune has the potential to cut in some of the Star Wars thunder if they deliver some good movies. And see, this is the thing. Whoa! I apologize for that.
That was unexpected.
I was. I was about to hit a roll too. That's the one thing that HBO Max has fumbled the bag on. And this is why I say Disney did a good job. When Fandom comes back, it better be through HBO Max.
Sure.
Because you need to tie everything Warner Brothers, everything DC to HBO Max.
Yeah.
If you want to take out, again, The Wire, if you come for the king, you bet not miss. If you want to come for Disney Plus and their massive amount of franchises and things that people love, then you have to tie DC Fandom. Don't tie it to YouTube. Don't tie it to a website. Tie it to your streaming service if you can. But with this new Discovery deal and how they've separated and all that other stuff, I don't know how that's going to play out.
Yeah.
But that's where Disney did a better job. And that's where Warner Brothers has to make their move because you need something that you can only get here. We talk about this all the time when it comes to these things. That's what these streaming services are doing. If you want to play Halo, you got to get one of these. If you want to play Uncharted, you better get you a PlayStation. Warner Brothers needs that to combat this. And
Sure.
Dune is what Dune, Superman, Green Lantern, The Watchmen, all of those things need to be tied to a service. And I think that's where everybody else makes their mistake, where Disney, even though this is lackluster, we're talking about it,
Yeah.
they showed us. I got excited just because I knew this was a symbol. You got excited because you were like, Oscar Isaac is Moon Knight. This looks interesting.
Yeah.
You were excited because Tatiana Maslany is She-Hulk. And you knew where to go to get it. You didn't have to, it wasn't complicated. You didn't have to go log in or figure out a schedule.
Yeah.
You just click, whatever you want to see, and you're done.
Yeah. Somebody brought up when we were talking about rating the streaming services and Disney or whatnot. What is this? Brian B says at Ryan Porter, they gave me Hamilton. It'll always be a 10 for me. And those are like some of the dark horses that you don't think about because it's not necessarily under their main umbrella, but the fact that they were able to secure the rights to show that and have that streaming forever in perpetuity is a win because I can always go back and listen to any song off Hamilton if I want to. So
Not, and that's so you got me, but then the cool thing about Disney Plus is you got my wife because you have all those other things that she grew up with that she can watch and that she can put on with our son, and so you don't have to worry about what's on the service.
Yeah.
That's one of the things I think Disney did well. But I will say, if you ain't got no new footage, man, y'all can miss me. This is
yeah. It's always that thing of how much footage do you show when you said like just a week later you got D23. I would be curious if there's not a way for them to marry that in years. What? As long as they have Sister Act 2? Oh, there's yeah. There we go. Yeah, yeah. If you can like somehow marry the next year's Disney Plus Day with D23 or whatever, and do it all together as like a big week-long event, I think that could be interesting. So yeah.
I would really like to see where they go from here. Once now that they've done Disney Plus Day, is this because again this is brand new for them. This is the second year. We know that they have about.
They didn't do anything last year.
But that was their first year.
What do you mean?
That was like this is the second year anniversary of Disney.
Right, so they
Plus.
could have done it on the year anniversary last year.
But they didn't have anything to do.
Well, what I'm saying is they could have started it then.
I guess what I'm saying is think about it on terms of this wasn't good. So this is what they came up with.
Yeah.
So they didn't, in other words, this is as good as it was going to, like, if this is bad, imagine what would they have done before.
Sure.
So that's what I'm saying. They built upon this. And I honestly think that they didn't figure this out until this year. A lot of these things didn't come together because of the pandemic. So they couldn't have done it, I don't think. But now, going forward, is this something they're going to continue to do? Is it something that that they're going to say, or
Ray Sean K says they had the investor call last year, and I think that was, you know what, that would make me push back a little bit on what you were saying with what they did this year, because last year that investor call was very well put together.
But that investor call also was done to keep faith in the product after they were losing money.
Do the same thing this year.
But they want. But this is a different year. They're not. So somebody brings up the stocks were tumbling. Did you see Disney Plus having trouble with some of their stocks? Yeah, but they're like parks are opening. People are going on cruises. Disney's like, okay, we good. Last year was we need a full court press.
I feel like you do the same thing.
True, but I wonder in their mind they're like, nah, we don't got to. We got D23 coming up, so we don't need this huge push like we did last year. Last year they had to do it. Last year, I don't know how many, but I know they lost millions, maybe even billions, because every day that park isn't open.
Sure. Sure.
And they keep that park open for hurricanes. Remember when the baby died? They kept it open. By the alligator, they kept the park open. So that's why I said that was, to me, last year was a historic year. They had to do it. This year, they're like, these idiots will watch anything.
And, I wonder, because maybe, I don't know when their next investor call is going to be, so maybe they will do something like that again, because it would have happened last year, like we said last year, around Video Game Awards, so maybe they'll do that again this year. I don't know. I'm not that far in advance to know when their next investor call is going to be.
Ryan Porter says Disney Plus missed their subscription target by like 70%. And again, with booster shots, we're still in the midst of a pandemic, but the summer, people going out, and a lot of people do this little thing of signing up, watch it, and then cancel the service.
Sure.
So what was out on Disney Plus that everybody was watching? Nothing.
Not this year. I mean, because that first year was The Mandalorian. Everybody
And so now we've had all the Marvel shows. Once you watch those Marvel shows, binge it, you're out. Binge it, you're out. And Book of Fett doesn't drop until next month. You still have Hawkeye coming out, but that's not until Thanksgiving. So yeah, and we also know subscriber numbers. Netflix lost money. They missed some of their targets. Squid Game helped out.
Yeah.
That was immensely popular for them. But the streaming game has changed now that the pandemic. People are like enjoying going out. Now we're
Right.
going to see some of these things change as the weather gets colder. People go back inside. The holidays are spending more time together. Let's see some of those numbers after the end of the holiday season, because then we now have dates for all those things Disney Plus said they're going to drop, and we know when these movies drop on Disney Plus, we see a bump. So you talked about Shang-Chi being on the service, now people watching that. I guarantee you those numbers probably went up. And again, once Eternals drops, once Spider-Man drops, all of these things comes out on the service, you're going to see those numbers increase.
Yeah.
And it's going to be an ebb and flow.
Yeah. You got anything else?
I really want to get into what's next for the MCU, because with the Eternals, we're going to have an Eternals review up later tonight. I'll get it edited and get it up tonight. I really want to talk about, because you talked about Secret Invasion, we brought up Ironheart, Moon Knight. There's some spoilers in the Eternals trailer. I'm not going to bring them up here, but when we do the MCU, what's next for the MCU, there will be spoilers for Eternals, so just give you a heads up.
Sure.
What's next for the MCU? Now that we know we have cosmic heroes, we know we have Shang-Chi, we know we have a horror movie coming out with Doctor Strange.
You saw the latest news on that? You got a bunch of reshoots?
I mean, we know they're all going to have reshoots.
Yeah, but people are like, this has more reshoots than normal. I
I mean, but we heard that for a lot of movies. I mean, until I see a trailer, I'm good.
Okay.
And I'm going to be honest with you, I'm not too hype about Doctor Strange, only because
Interesting.
I don't like Sam Raimi as a director.
Okay.
I think
Oh, you probably didn't like the Spider-Man's movies, did you? You don't like America. I said it. Spider-Man, after 9/11, we needed Spider-Man. You mess with one of us, you mess with all of us. That's what I learned from Spider-Man.
all I'm going to say is Spider-Man 2 was good, Kirsten Dunst. You ain't never going to get me to believe that Tobey Maguire's a high schooler.
That is an old man. That is an old man.
I have never, and that was my biggest beef. I was never a Kirsten Dunst fan. I think her best two roles were
Bring It On.
Bring It On and Interview with the Vampire.
Okay.
To me, she has never gotten better. Melancholy is interesting. I think that there's some meat to that, but she will never beat those two performances. She was amazing in those. Tobey Maguire, from what I understand, is a scumbag, and I do not believe he is a high schooler. I will never believe that. I just look at his face and I'm like, and I feel like they proved it with Spider-Man 3, and I was like, ooh.
Ryan Porter brings up Ryan Porter says he thinks Marvel's going to struggle a little bit until X-Men and Fantastic Four. Brian B asked him why, and Ryan Porter says nothing less exciting to me. That's interesting.
But I'll say this, and then we'll probably have to wrap. He's right.
Yeah.
Because you can't. So here's the thing, you hit a crest. You got to come down.
Yeah.
So now they have to build.
You can't be in game all the time.
No, you can't. You just
Yeah.
can't. And he's right so now you have to use the Eternals. You have to use Shang-Chi, Doctor Strange to build up to these things that you have coming up.
Sure.
So that's where the Lokis come in, your Scarlet Witch. All of those things builds the foundation to get this groundswell, to get to Fantastic Four, to get to the X-Men, to get to He Who Shall Remain. Jonathan Majors, Kane.
Yeah. Okay.
So you need these. So you're gonna have a little bit of, oh, that's interesting, and I say this again, you're gonna have some misses.
Sure.
And I don't think misses in the term of quality. I think you're gonna have some misses at the box office. You're not gonna do in-game numbers like you did before.
Right.
You're not gonna do Captain Marvel numbers. You may do Ant-Man numbers. You got to be okay with that.
Yeah. Damien Hernandez question: do y'all think Sony is going to take Spider-Man away from the MCU?
Nope.
How do y'all think it will affect the MCU?
If they're smart, no.
I don't know that Sony's smart.
I
don't know that they're smart.
Well, we know they're not smart because they're basically all of their properties are 90 movies.
Everybody always wants to. I guess everybody thinks they can do what Marvel does, and they prove time and time again they can't.
Well, not only that, look at Venom and look at Morbius and look at those movies, and you're like, that's something from the 90s. Like, you see, it's like that aesthetic, that look, the way it's shot, the way, like,
Morbius does not look good.
I mean, it looks
Man,
like,
I will see it, but man, it does not look good.
so this is the thing. You know what Morbius looks like?
What?
It looks like Blade. And I'm not trying to be funny. It looks like Blade.
Yeah.
And Blade, when did Blade come out? In the night, like
Sure.
Didn't Blade come out in the 90s?
Probably late 90s, early
Yeah.
2000s.
So
something like that. Yeah.
how is it that you're making Blade or Morbius and Venom, and you don't look better than Blade does?
Yeah.
And that's my problem with 2001. Brian B says.
Okay.
So no, I don't think Sony's smart. But if they were smart, they would say, "We'll keep making money off of this.
Yeah.
You keep making them."
I think Tom Holland has said like this is supposed to be like the end of a trilogy.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm excited to see whatever that means. I'm excited to see all the Spider-Mans togethers in this movie and all the villains and whatever. We'll see.
Nah, man. You know what I want to do?
What's that?
And I know, and this is going to be take number 3 of the night. Kill him.
Kill Spider-Man?
Not in this one. Give me 2 more movies and kill him.
Huh.
Because in the Ultimate Universe, that's what happens.
Mm-hmm.
You kill Spider-Man, then you get Miles Morales.
Okay.
You want to do an Endgame? Kill Spider-Man.
Okay.
Kill Tom Holland in a Spider-Man movie,
Uh-huh.
and show me Miles. That's when you do Endgame.
Okay.
And honestly, if Sony is smart, Sony says, "Hey, look, I'll keep running you this money if y'all keep making them, and we'll make the ancillary movies, because none of the stuff that they're doing makes any sense, right?
Yeah.
So let Marvel keep doing it." Damn, Damien Hernandez says Morbius is like Queen of the Damned.
Wow.
But honestly, you want a movie that's gonna hit that billion mark?
Mm-hmm.
Let Tom Holland go to college. Let Tom Holland grow into Spider-Man,
Mm-hmm.
not Spider-Boy, because we get Spider-Boy, and that's cool. I love Tom Holland. I think he's one of the best Spider-Man next to Andrew Garfield. Yeah, I said that.
Yeah, you said that before. I thought it was foolish when you said it then.
I stand by the fact that I think Andrew Garfield is a better Peter Parker than Tobey Maguire is.
Oh, sure. Yeah,
And so when
because he don't look like a grown 40-year-old man.
and I believe the relationship between Andrew Garfield and Emma Stone better than I do Kirsten Dunst and Tobey Maguire.
Sure.
You want to hit the $1 billion mark? You do another Avengers movie, you do a cosmic movie, you have all these characters in there, and you kill Spider-Man. And you kill Spider-Man, and you have your Iron Man moment. And then you show the black and red. And you show Miles, and I guarantee you'll make another $1 billion off those 2 movies.
Okay.
Marvel, I'm here every day.
He's here every day. He's not doing anything else.
Ty Williams, you tell me when Hasbro killed Prime, how did you feel?
Yeah, but was that smart money-wise for them?
No.
Okay.
But hold on. No, in the sense of it didn't work because of why they did it. They did it to kill off a toy line so they can continue going. I'm killing Spider-Man so that I can get Miles.
I mean, you don't have to kill
Yeah, you
somebody
do.
to get
Yeah, you
Miles.
Because this is the thing.
Because they've already proven they don't follow comic books verbatim.
No, but what I'm saying is, you show Spider-Man introducing Miles. You show Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield. You get Tom Holland. You have this big kumbaya, and it's like great. We have this moment. You show Tom Holland growing. You see introduce Miles. You have this little camaraderie like we do in the Spider-Man game, which I finished. Silver Sable, I'm coming for you. You are a terrible character, and I hope everything bad happens to you in life. Now, with that being said, everybody here talks about they love the Miles game, even though that was a 10-hour campaign. You put the 2 of them together, like in this game, where we're going to get Venom and we're going to get Kraven. And then you kill Spider-Man. And tell me there's a dry eye in that audience. No. For the story, you got to kill Spider-Man.
Okay.
And you kill Peter Parker, and you have Miles show up. Let me tell you right now. You thought killing the Night King was a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
You kill whoever killed Spider-Man.
Okay.
And there is your Captain America moment. When he's like I can do this all day, and he's standing there, and you got Miles trying to take on whoever just took out Spider-Man, and then the entire MCU is there to back him up.
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking Fantastic Four. I'm talking Guardians of the Galaxy, the Eternals. I'm talking the X-Men, and everybody is behind Miles, taking on whoever just took out Spider-Man. Hallelujah.
I'm curious about power levels in that scenario, but that's something we can talk about later.
You can't.
We got to go.
You can't take them.
Yeah.
You can't.
Yeah. Great.
I'm just saying.
Anyway, we got to wrap this up. What got you through the week?
Narcos.
Okay.
I'm trying to run a drug empire. Daycare is crazy. This
There you go.
is.
I finally finished Yakuza Like a Dragon. I put a lot of time in it. I enjoyed it, but I'm glad that it's over because I was like, we're getting to end this. That was a wild, crazy soap opera type thing, but I guess a lot of Yakuza games are like that in terms of the story
never
going
played 'em?
everywhere. No.
I
Yeah.
have.
It was fun. It was wild. It was fun. So now I'm going to go back to Assassin's Creed Valhalla and probably Psychonauts 2. I might watch Red Notice tonight.
I think I'm gonna do Snake Eyes.
There we go, Snake Eyes. And that's about it for me.
I'm gonna get drunk and watch Snake Eyes and make fun of it.
There we go.
Stay tuned. I'm gonna have some hot takes. I'm trying to decide whether or not I'm gonna play Avengers or Breakpoint. Tom Clancy, whatever the game. I put it on.
Oh
Instagram.
yeah, we did see that. We did get a trailer for Spider-Man and Avengers. Man. Ugh. And I am so sad that I wasn't like, yes, this looks great. I was like,
You know why?
well,
Because you did the grind, man. What you should have done was wait till it all came out
I mean,
and
maybe.
played it like I'm about to.
Yeah, maybe. But I think
Ghost
it was
Recon, thank you.
November 30th, I think, is when Spider-Man comes out for PlayStation. So, I mean, I'll definitely put in the time. Ray Sean
November
K,
30th?
Brian B.
Go playing Ghost Recon. So I'm gonna play Ghost Recon. Wait till Spider-Man drops and I'll play it all.
There we go.
Yep.
So
what
that's
I'm
it
gonna
for us. You can always find us here YouTube. Also find us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. We will have a continue. I'm trying to do bookkeeping stuff. We should be here next Friday and the Friday after that. I think. Are you here for Thanksgiving?
Yeah.
Okay. So I mean, if you're in the building, I'll come in.
Okay.
I guess not Thanksgiving, but Black Friday or whatever. And then I think the week after that is when the Game Awards is. Whenever the Game Awards is, we'll be on
December
Thursday.
9th.
Yeah, we'll be on that Thursday and not the Friday. But yeah, that's it for us. We out.
Peace.